like nowhere else on Earth, and one of the most brutal sea lanes on our planet.
It's incredibly hazardous. It's very remote. You are 1,500 miles from civilization.
The danger out here near the South Pole? Sea ice. It may look like it's not moving, but looks can be deceiving.
It's very easy to suddenly discover that your ship is stuck in ice. If the ship isn't ice strengthened, then the ship becomes crushed.
December 2013. The Russian polar research ship, the academic Shokalsky, was breaking through the sea ice of Antarctica's Commonwealth Bay. On board was Guardian journalist Alok Jha, retracing the steps of Antarctic explorer Douglas Mawson's 1912 expedition.
Douglas Mawson was one of the pioneers of Antarctic research, and he spent 2 years in East Antarctica taking scientific measurements. The expedition I went on, the idea was to try and repeat some of those measurements and see how that part of the world has changed in the past century.
On Christmas Eve, Alok and the scientists took one last chance to explore the frozen landscape before the long journey home.
In the morning, it looked like the ice was going to be clear. There was some heavy ice around, but it wasn't coming in our direction.
But the seas near Antarctica are the windiest on Earth. And a sudden change in wind quickly surrounded the ship with fast-moving sea ice.
Suddenly, there was quite a lot of ice around us, big sheets of ice, and that was just a few hours.
Before they knew it, the academic Shokalsky was encased in ice 10 feet thick.
This was old, kind of gnarly, savage stuff, which is very difficult to break.
No matter how hard they tried, they simply could not break through the thick pack ice. With the ship trapped, the captain called for help. Australian and Chinese specialized icebreakers diverted towards the stricken ship.
Every morning, we got an update saying that tomorrow or later today, one of the icebreakers is going to come near us.
But their rescuers never came. The sea ice was just too thick.
The options were floating around the ship that we'd have to evacuate, and the only way to evacuate was by helicopter.
After 8 days of being stranded, conditions finally allowed for the helicopter to fly in to the rescue.
It was exciting, but also you had a lot to think about. You just got on with the job.
Alok and the other passengers were airlifted to the Australian icebreaker 16 miles away.
It just goes to show that as powerful as we human beings are, we're puny compared to the environment, and it's the environment that's in charge down there.
The crushing seas of Antarctica. The world's most extreme.